Social media marketing has completely changed, but for some reason, the way most people talk about it, it hasn't. We're all still kind of stuck chasing followers and blasting the same message out everywhere. But what if I told you that entire playbook is just wrong? In this explainer, we're going to tear up those old rules and show you how to actually win attention today. Let's get into it. I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head, right? So many brands have this incredible, powerful machine in their garage, these social platforms, but they're just using it as a flower pot. They're completely missing the engine, the speed, the raw power of what these tools can actually do. All right, so how did we get here? Well, it all starts with a few huge misunderstandings about what social media has really become. Before we can dive into the new playbook, we first have to unlearn the old rules that are holding so many of us back. To really get this, you have to understand the currency. And today, the only currency that matters is actualized attention. Think about it like this. A billboard on a highway has potential reach. Someone might see it as they drive by. But actualized attention, that's the real deal. That's the measured time and focus people are actively spending on your content. And right now, social networks own more of that currency than any other medium in history. It's not even a fair fight. And that brings us to our first major myth. And oh boy, it is a big one. It's this idea that social media is just a digital megaphone for you to shout your message from. This breakdown really shows the massive shift. Old media, like TV, was all about interruption. A commercial literally stops the show you're watching to get your attention. But on social media, an ad is just the next post in your feed. It has to earn your attention by fitting in, not by shouting over everything else. And this is huge. It completely changes advertising from a one-way street into a real-time testing ground for what people actually want to see. Okay, on to myth number 2, which is a total holdover from a bygone era. The idea that your main goal is just to rack up as many followers as possible. And, to be fair, for a long time, this was kind of true. Social media worked a lot like an email list. You'd build up a big following, and you could count on a certain percentage of those folks seeing whatever you posted. Your follower count basically guaranteed you a certain amount of reach. But yeah, that era is over, long gone. The algorithms today, they don't care about your follower list anymore. They care about one single thing, the quality of each individual post. And this has completely changed the game, leading to some, pretty unpredictable results. So what does this actually look like? Well, let's say on Monday you post something, and it gets about 5,000 views. Pretty standard. But then on Tuesday, from the exact same account, you post something else, and it just explodes. We're talking 180,000 views. And then on Wednesday, you're right back down to 8,000 views. Your follower count didn't change overnight. So what did? See, the old model just can't explain this at all. And this illustrates the new reality perfectly. If there's one thing you take away, let it be this. The creative, not the account, creates the reach. A single great post can find its own massive audience, and it's completely independent of how many followers you have. This leads us right into our third and final myth, this incredibly inefficient idea that you can just create one piece of content and then blast it across every single platform out there. Thinking of social media as just one big bucket is a huge mistake. The platform is the context. The whole mindset of a 19-year-old scrolling TikTok is completely different from a 45-year-old on Facebook or a 69-year-old who's networking on LinkedIn. Each platform has its own language, its own culture, its own creative best practices. The game today is all about winning on relevance at scale. So we've busted the old myths. We've thrown out the old rulebook. Now let's build the new playbook. This is the modern strategy for actually getting real results from social media. The new approach is a simple but super powerful 3-step loop. First, you create. You make content that feels totally native to each platform's unique context. Second, you test. You post it organically, and you let the algorithm and the audience give you instant feedback on what's working. And third, you amplify.
You take only the creative that has been proven to work, and then you put your ad dollars behind it. You're not guessing anymore. You're betting on proven winners.
And this is the profound shift in thinking you have to make. Organic social isn't just posting anymore. It is the most advanced and efficient creative testing laboratory ever built. Forget sitting around in a boardroom trying to guess what people want. The audience will literally tell you what works in real time. So here's the bottom line. Every single time you post, your creative is being judged. The algorithm gives it a score, and the audience delivers the verdict with their time and attention. The test is already running, whether you acknowledge it or not. The only question is, are you ready to stop guessing and start listening to the results?